Hi guys, and welcome back to Vanguard Motor Sales. My name is Tom Fotios, and today we are sitting in front of a gorgeous 1965 Shelby Cobra. Now guys, this one isn't a kit car. What we have here is a Shelby Cobra made by Superformance, licensed by Carroll Shelby. This one is a beautiful one. It's got a hard top, soft top, it even has AC. The paint on this car is absolutely gorgeous. Love the silver. Under the hood is a 392 stroker motor that is raring to go, let's just say that. Only 3,000 miles on this car, and it is eligible for going into Canada. The title is over 15 years old, and the build. Only 3,000 miles. This is a queen right here, guys. Remember, at Vanguard Motor Sales, we own all our cars. No car is in our inventory that we didn't go out, inspect, and check it out for our inventory. We're open 7 days a week, or we're open 6 days a week, I should say. Monday through Friday from 8 to 5, Saturday 9 to 3, and my phone is on 7 days a week, so if you want to give us a call with any questions, call me at 248-974-9513. It's got the cool side pipes on there. Just a gem of a vehicle here. We're located in the Motor City. If you want to come out, we can even pick you up from the airport. So call me today at 248-974-9513 and let Vanguard Motor Sales park your dream in your driveway.
Let's take a Superformance Cobra for a ride. You want to talk about sweet? This baby is sweet, guys. Got all the luxuries of home right here. We got horsepower, we got 5-speed, we got a Cobra, we got Superformance, we got a roof. Man, this thing is cool. And we got air conditioning. I actually got side windows too, but I ain't got them on right now. Of course, I probably wouldn't drive it around with the roof very much unless it was really, really hot or really, really cold. But what's cool is you've got it if you need it. And listen to these pipes. You want to talk about got it if you need it? You got horsepower if you need it. If you want to make a racket, you can make a racket if you want to with them side pipes. And we can deliver this baby anywhere in the world. You just call Tom at 248-974-9513 and he will explain to you how easy that process is. If you want help with financing, he'll explain how easy that is also. Now you can see down here on the dash, all the gauges are working. Everything you need is right here. And again, there's the air conditioning controls. Now, we sell about 95% of our stuff sight unseen on the internet, but we do invite you and encourage you to please come out and visit us. We'd love to show you our inventory, and we would love to meet you. As a matter of fact, if you see Tom or I at a car show, please come on up and introduce yourself. We'd love to meet you. Now we're about to do something nobody else in the industry does. We're gonna get this car up on the rack so you can see the bottom side. We're gonna open up the hood, show you what's making the power. We're gonna show you everything you need to see so you can make a great decision on your Cobra investment. Now we're coming up on our shop right now. We We got 80,000 square feet of indoor storage and well over 200 cars in stock. And we've always got new stuff coming in, so check us out often. Now we're gonna get it up on the rack for you right now.
All right, guys, this is the underside of our Superformance Cobra. Starting from the back forward, you can see here we do have our fuel cell right here. Moving forward to that. One thing I really do like about the Superformance is, amongst quite a few things, is the frames on these. They're the actual square tubing, which I think looks a lot cleaner. In between the square tubing here in the back, we do have a Ford 8.8 independent rear axle. The ratio that sits inside of it is a 370 3-to-1 gear ratio, which would be a nice, good all-around gear ratio, and that coupled with the 5-speed here, you do have an overdrive. This thing's got great drivability in modern traffic. Now, it is a limited slip differential, as you can see here. Another thing about this is we do have two Willwood calipers on either side of the disc brakes here in the back. We do have adjustable coilovers back here, which is really, really cool. So you can, set ride height, do whatever you want to do. You can play with it a little bit. Now, holding it all up here outside of this, you can see we've got these really nice tubular lower control arms here. This is all comes factory for the Superformance Cobra. Same thing with the top there. It actually has a nice rear sway bar, which is really, really cool. Another cool thing I like to point out about the Superformance is they have a uniform build quality, which is a big positive to me. So you can see all of your wiring and whatnot here, all of your brake lines. It's all nice and neat, nice and 90-degree angles. P-clamps every set amount of distance. It's very, very clean. And for people like me that has OCD, you gotta love that sort of stuff, and that's always a big positive for me. Something else I'd like to point out here, before I get to the transmission, is we do have a hydraulic clutch on this thing, which is a big positive. Nice smooth drivability. As far as transmissions go, this is a Tremec 5-speed overdrive. This is either a TR3550 or a TKO. It's hard to tell the difference because of the tag on it right there. They share the same numbers, but it's a early version of that, which is very, very cool, very strong transmission. Moving forward of all of that, this is the underside of our 392 stroker Ford small block here, 350 Windsor base if anyone cares. Moving forward of all of that, we do have a sway bar up here as well. Big nice balancer on this too. I like to see that. This is a Ford crate motor. We're going to get into it in here in just a second. You can look at our front frame rails here. All the paint on this thing is very, very nice. Looks like this car was very well kept. Rack and pinion steering on it as well. Just like the rears, we do have fully adjustable coilover suspension in the front. Same good looking tubular lower and upper control arms. Of course, all of our ball joints and stuff like that all look nice and fresh. It's still got all the paint marks from when this thing was built. Of course, you've got, I think I already said, you have rack and pinion steering on it. Good looking set of tires with a good tread wear on it. Underside of the nose looks clean. Of course, disc brakes in the front, big surprise there. You do have Willwood calipers up here as well. Overall, very, very clean build, very well kept, as you guys can see. Come around to the side here for wheels and tires. 255/60 R15 is going to be the tire size on this, and you can see we actually have the true knockoff wheels on this, which is very, very cool. Has the AC on it. Very, very cool. Going to the rear, we have considerably more meat back here. We have 295/50 R15, same thing. True knockoff wheels. They're safety wired in place just for safety's sake. You can see here paint, looking at from the bottom up is a really good way to tell any paint flaws on the car, and as you can see, she looks pretty clean. Good set of side pipes on it. That all being said, we're going to go look underneath the hood and we're going to find out why it's necessary to have this bigger tire out back. All right, guys, this is what I spoke about underneath here. This is the 392 Ford Performance Crate 351 Windsor block. So this is going to be a, like I said, it has a Ford Performance crate engine tag on the side of it. So these things, from what I could tell, made about 430 horsepower, about 450 foot-pounds of torque. Now this does have an SVO Sportsman block on it, which is going to be better than your typical 351 Windsor blocks. It does have a set of SVO Aluminum Heads on it, which is very, very cool. Has a Ford Motorsports intake manifold, and atop that intake manifold we have a 750 CFM Holley Carburetor. Now this thing is a vacuum secondary model, electric choke model, and outside of that it does, the choke and everything, it all works on it. Outside of all of that, we have an MSD that's running the ignition here. This is a Pro billet. Does have a actual ignition box inside the car there. It has the matching coil for it and whatnot. Another cool thing about this, it's got a nice set of valve covers on it, everything Ford Racing, and if I'm not mistaken, these engines actually came dressed with these valve covers. Another cool thing here is they do have like the overflow, or I shouldn't say overflow, the pressure tank here for your coolant, which would have been on these cars. This thing does have, you can't see it, but over here you do have power brakes over there with a more modern style aluminum master cylinder. Here's our reservoir here for the brakes that are, excuse me, the hydraulic clutch that I had mentioned underneath. Everything's nice and heim jointed here for your throttle linkage. Nice set of, or a nice braided aluminum line here, or braided steel line, excuse me, for the fuel. Header's looking good on this side. Headers look good over there as well. Taylor wires, which is a good set of wires on it. We do have a set of electric fans over there too to keep the thing cool. And something else I'd like to point out here, once again with the Superformances, why I like them is their plumbing is so clean. Everything is nice and uniform. If you can see it over here, all of our brake lines and whatnot, I mean, you can just look at that. They're pin straight, they look really nice. It's just, that's the sort of stuff that I'd like to see on this. And one other thing that's really cool about this Cobra that you don't see on many of them, that is an AC compressor. This thing actually has AC, which is very cool. You can see over here on this side of the carburetor, I can't see it, but I'm sure you guys can. It has the actual idle kick-up thing, which is very, very cool. That was something I didn't expect to see under here. So overall, with 450 horsepower behind that Tremec transmission, this thing would probably be an absolute riot to drive. So that all being said, if you'd like the opportunity to take it on, see if you can handle it, make sure to call Tom with the number below. We'll set up an appointment and hopefully the road's dry. Take it out for a spin, guys. See you then.